Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to EU4 as Zoroastria. I had actually recorded an episode before this, but unfortunately my audio has been being kind of weird lately. But yeah, let's take a quick look. Just kind of flash back over the timeline, see the progress we have made as we... I've got to be honest, looking back at this is just hideous as hell. But oh well, it's fine. The key thing is, we have made progress, and we have lit the fires, we have mostly unified India at this point, as you'll see in a moment, and I figure I'm going to start dialing back down the series at this point. In fact, we're about the point where, yeah, going over this, we're past where we were last time, and as you can see, you know, we've got some stuff going on here. We're conquering into India, slowly but surely. If I am not mistaken, you might have also seen me actually bump into the Ottomans a little bit here, because the Ottomans, yeah, right there, they foolishly, while I was embroiled in like 3 different wars, they decided to attack me, and as you can imagine, that did not go well for them. And overall, I mean, life has been pretty good for us so far. The Ottomans are slowly getting destroyed. We have Funj being Funj over here, Ethiopia being Ethiopia, Kandesh our vassal, and this is actually where we are right now. We have Kandesh here, who we have been kind of feeding over into here, and we're actually we've almost met our goal of uniting India. As you can see here, we've mostly got the Indian subcontinent. In fact, about everything short of here or something like that is part of India, so basically, just another war or two with Delhi and Bengal should cover us. Though, we have lost a few friends along the way. Kazan, they betrayed us in our moment of need, and they are now allied to our vile enemy, the Ottomans. Poland, Lithuania, now this is a weird one. We have lost our alliance with them right now, but it's because, for some reason... And I've never seen the AI do this. Actually, that's not entirely true, but this is the only time I've seen it, if I recall, in a situation where, like, it affects me directly. Like, Poland declared a war of aggression, which basically means a no-CB war, if I recall my war names in this game correctly. They declared a war on the Ottomans, and I was, at the time, effectively their only ally, and the only one who was going to come into this war. Like, they didn't declare a coalition war, which would have been a lot smarter, clearly. Because Austria was in said coalition for a while. But I mean, like, they tried pulling me into a war while I had all my forces over here. So, as you can imagine, I had to say, no, sorry, Poland, but not today. And now, as you can see, yeah. I mean, Poland had the numbers to fight the Ottomans, but they kind of mucked that one up. But in any case, I'm probably gonna go fight the Ottomans myself at some point, maybe. But, I mean, the focus of the series is mostly just, I mean, getting rid of these ugly green splotches inside our borders and finishing the unification of India, because that's the whole point of this series. And I am gonna be wrapping things up probably in this episode, just on the grounds that, at this point, Bukhara. I don't even have anyone up there to protect it, which is kind of unfortunate. And with that in mind, I probably should send a stack or 2, or free, to go deal with that. So let's actually go do that right now. There we go. Yeah, basically, we're just wrapping things up at this point and making sure that, with, you know, any divine providence, that we do not suffer any explosive death and or decompression. We can go to war with these guys this very year, in fact. So we're gonna finish off Vijayanagar, I think. And Ming is falling apart slowly, it seems. In fact, they are, yeah, they're finally falling apart. That took them long enough. Also, here's a look at the great powers of the world. The Ottomans are still up there, but I'm pretty confident I'll be able to smash them, or at least I would if, you know, we were gonna go that far. I don't think we will in this particular series. Like I said, I've noticed that the interest in the series seems to be kind of dying down, so I want to kind of wrap this series up and then maybe move on to other things. I'm not sure if we'll do another EU4 campaign right away, or maybe wait until the next expansion comes out. But I would be interested in hearing your suggestions for what you'd want to see. In fact, the next expansion sounds like it's going to add a lot of interesting stuff that would have made that Manchu campaign we did more interesting. That's because it's going to add more features to that part of the world. But, oh well. That's perfectly fine. Plus, it's actually, frankly, probably for the best, because everyone's going to be playing over there when the next expansion comes out, I imagine. You know, just because there'll be new features and stuff. Who is Vijayanagar allied with? They are allied with no one. So effectively, what the game is telling me is that if I want... Bangalkand, huh? How do I spell this? Bagel... Oh, I'm missing an H. Bagelkand. There it is. Bagelkand is right there. We'll probably be able to handle that. And I'm going to send this stack down here. Let's see. How are you guys making out? You have a fort. You have a hill. You have good stuff all around. Not as good as my stuff. But, you know, we can't all be super kings and stuff. So, yeah, we'll finish off Vijayanagar. And at that point, we will be set for success. Basically. And as you can kind of see here, we are... admin points are at a bit of a premium. But it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Actually, you know what? I might as well try to wipe Vijayanagar's army immediately as soon as this war begins. We're also sort of recovering manpower, but I don't expect this is going to be a particularly difficult war to win, so it should be fine. We haven't unlocked the Imperialism CB yet, which would actually make life even easier. But, you know, that's okay. We don't need things to be easy. That's not what life is about. Life is not about being easy. Life is about the struggle. Am I right? I like to think I'm right. Actually, you know what? Let's split everyone in half. And I'll split these guys in half and send them over here. And then what I shall do is pop you guys off. And we only need about 5 cannons. Because it's a 1 fort level, so it should be fine. And there we go. We have some Bukharan separatists over there. They're probably never going to siege that out. I'm also going to get rid of some of these forts now, because I really don't need them. I mean, forts are... Now, actually, there is something I would like to point out. As you've been watching me play this, and probably in my other series, I generally don't have forts, and I don't keep them. Which is fine in single player. I wouldn't necessarily advise going with no forts if you're playing in multiplayer. Or if you're in a situation where, like, your country is really unstable. But in general, I find that forts are not worth the expense, personally. Personally, I don't think it's worth the expense, but it's kind of situational, and especially in multiplayer when, you know, the AI is, well, you're not dealing with the AI so much as you're dealing with other people. And other people generally can strategize and make use of forts better. So, yeah. It comes down to a bit of a balancing game, really. But in general, I find if you're playing just by yourself, a single player like, then you really don't need to worry too much about having forts. A lack of forts is completely fine and probably won't get you killed. And it saves you a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know. I liked, for a while, what was it, 1.18 was actually going to cut the cost of forts in half, but then, as it was changing the fort system to require more forts for effective coverage, and, I mean, I kind of wish they had kept the price of forts being cut in half, even though they ultimately decided to keep the old system, just because I I think cheaper forts would be better at the end of the day. But, you know, it's one of those things. Also, I wasn't paying attention. What happened to Poland? Oh god, now they're getting ganged up on by Hungary. Please, Poland, rejoin me. Well, at least they didn't... Oh wait, did they lose Moldavia? Yeah, they lost Moldavia, that's it. Aw, poor Poland. Oh well, they did it to themselves. I mean, what were they thinking, declaring a no-CB war when I... In fact, actually, I want to mention that right now. You know how you can see, like, if you're going to declare a war, I can see if my allies will join or not? I kind of wish that your AI allies would give you a bit more advanced warning that they were planning on declaring a war. 'Cause I know if you have a spy network, you can find out if someone's going to declare a war. If you have 50 or higher, the odds of seeing if they're going to declare a war goes up. But I think if you have allies and they're planning on declaring a war and calling you in, it would be nice if they'd give you a bit of a heads up, like, hey. Because you can do that with your allies as well, right? If you can spend 10 favors to ask them to prepare for war. It'd be nice if the AI could do that, but for free, basically. Just say, hey, we kind of need your help. It would be nice if you would be here for us in our moment of need. And then I could be like, sure, I would love to help you out. Or I could, well, basically it would get you into a situation so you could effectively either be ready to join the war, or you could just tick off the joint offensive war. So you just have a better idea, so you don't get caught with your pants down while you're, you know, trying to plan your own wars. Or you're trying to recover from a particularly rough war. Because I've had that situation as well a couple of times where I have just, like, burned all my manpower in a big war, and I'm just trying to sit for a couple of years to recover. But then the AI comes in and they're like, hey, help me in my war. You owe me. And I'm like, no, go screw yourself. And then they get mad at me. I mean, the whole go screw yourself part probably wouldn't exactly endear you to your allies. But, you know, basically, it'd be nice if the AI had a bit of a better judge of whether or not. Of course, then again, that's a really hard thing to ask, isn't it? It's like, oh, just make the AI know if a human is going to want to join their war, because that's something that is just easy to program. I know, that's just silly. That is absolute silliness. And I still can't take them all in one war? That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Alright, I'll take this then. And all your money. I mean, I don't need it, as you can clearly see right there, but it's their money, so I want it. That's basically my entire justification on that particular issue. And I don't even have the admin points to core everything. That is sad, frankly. I'll go convert that. Yeah, so we're gonna fall a little bit behind in admin, I am suspecting. But that'll be fine, probably. Actually, it's because I think we have a weak admin leader. Oh no, we're balanced. I even have this set to that, so yeah. And by this set to that, I mean, it's... What is this? The Maldives, huh? I could take them over as well. It'd be nice if Vijayanagar would ally someone. Or if maybe someone was guaranteeing their independence, that would be nice. I go to war with Wanpur, or Yaunpur, however I properly pronounce that. States demand more land, of course they do. They always want more. They're never happy with what they have. They always need more, apparently. I'll just give you this, just to shut you up and make you leave me alone. Because that's kind of the point we're at in the game. It's just, I'm not going to worry too much about micromanaging various things. I should probably fight the Ottomans and make them regret having... Actually, another thing I could have done, like in retrospect, I've been thinking about the things I could have done to make Poland not declare that war. I could have just gone in here. Oh right, they're a rival, so I can't. And just say, I'm not willing to go to war with them right now. That would have been too easy, though. Oh well, let's not worry about it. Basically, we're just kind of sitting here on our massive pile of money. In fact, you know what? To show how awesome we are, let's send a big old gift. You know, as big a gift as we can afford to give, to help Poland get back on their feet after their horrible, ill-advised war against the Ottomans. I mean, if they had me on their side, they would have won hands down. Like, just absolutely hands down. But the thing they didn't realize is I'm not going to go to a war where I'm probably not going to get anything out of it. Because I'm not silly, and I have my own problems to deal with right now, so... And we've capped out on the, Actually, how much money can I give someone? You know what, I'll just give them an even, 300, or 3,200. There we go. I'm sure that'll make them very, very happy indeed. Oh, now they are Defender of the Catholic Faith. That's gonna work out for them. Recently dishonored alliance, huh? Well, that's unfortunate. Now all my favors are gonna go away. As will the trust, no doubt. Oh, there we go. That's it, Poland. Now we're friends again. Oh, and your ally... Wait, when did Scandinavia become a thing? And Sweden is not a thing. That is interesting. Yeah, anyway, overall, we've had a pretty good run thus far, and it's set to continue, quite frankly. I mean, in a moment, we'll be able to go to war there. And you know what? I'm going to just spy on the Ottomans, I guess, for the time being. Or maybe on Delhi, build up my spy network so I can break down their forts easier. Because they have some high-level forts, I think. Oh, just level 2 forts. Corruption is cheap, really. There we go. And just keep on keeping on, I guess. That's all you can do. There we are. Even better military power. That's always good. I mean, we're basically... I mean, we're in third place in score, but we're #1 in the hearts and minds of the people of the world. And that is a good thing. 43,000 guys, huh? All down here, you say? That, does sound like it could be a little bit dangerous, so I'm gonna kind of move everyone down here. And, let's see, you can go there, and you can go there. Alright, we're set. I think we even gained manpower in that last war. That's good. And we are annexing Kendesh, which is also good. Converting people to the one true faith. And Varanasi will convert them, because why not? Alright. And Wanpur made the foolish mistake of apparently fabricating claims on me. Is Wanpur protected by anyone? They are not. So you know what? I am going to just have a quick little war with them, just to continue with our conquest of the Indian subcontinent. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright. Incidentally, when do I get advanced Casus Belli? Around here somewhere. I forget even what to hover over to figure that out. Buildings, forced march. It's in here somewhere. I think it's in admin ideas. I could be mistaken. And we have rebels. That's a lot of rebels. But we'll be able to take them out pretty easily because Indian units are relatively weak. In fact, that's actually an interesting thing to point out. We are effectively invincible against the forces of India because I'm not entirely sure why, but Indian units are really, really, really weak. Like, ridiculously weak. And I cannot get another cheap and free level free leader. At least not right now. Yeah, how is our ruler anyway? Yearly corruption minus point something. We've got this, we've got that. Everything is good, basically. And, well, we're almost done here. So good. We're making progress. Bengalese separatists, you say? We got this. Alright, good. I mean, there's all kinds of people that want to join a coalition against me, as you can see right there, but none of them really have the testicular fortitude to handle the awesome power that is the great and mighty... You know what, we'll go with that. Because we're not going to really go to war, probably for the rest of this episode. We're just going to kind of relax and make sure that death and despair no longer haunts this fair nation. I mean, not that it's ever really haunted it, it's just, you know, we do have Aw, and there goes an awesome general. That's always unfortunate. I hate seeing a good general fall down. Oh boy. We are well away from getting any more admin tech. And part of what threw me back is I decided to make a whole bunch of areas down here in the States. And we're going to get another 31,000 guys, so that's always good. Lithuania kindly told their Cossacks not to raid my people, which is good. I'd like to believe that's the end of the issue, but it's probably not. Oh, and I just randomly lost some ducats. But oh well, we are so rich it doesn't matter. We have 13,000 ducats. We could basically pay off everyone in the world. I mean, when you think about it, like the money we have, the things we can do, we literally own the world at this point. We are Ming China. It's a interesting situation they've got there. Also, we have a Super Korea over here. Good for them. We have a Mongolia, we have a Jin, we have a Liang. Yes, it's inevitable, really. Ming always, sooner or later, they always fall apart. It's like destiny. Unfortunately, for them anyway. Unless you're the player, then it's a lot easier to not fall victim to that. Or at least I assume it is. Mostly because, as the player, you can be a bit more conscious of these things. And the Ottomans are making claims on my land, because that's really going to work out well for them, isn't it? Wait. Have they... No, they've embraced manufactories. I was going to say. I guess I just never finished that mission. I should go to war with the Ottomans again, to be honest with you. In fact, they'll probably be our final boss fight of this series, unless I decide to wrap it up after this particular episode. Oh, and here we are. We have some Vajarian separatists, or Vijayanagaryan separatists. That was alright. Let's see. My Inquisitor dies. No. I am definitely not going to do that. Anyway, but yeah. I don't know. We might wrap the series up here, or we might keep it going for at least another few episodes, just to kind of clean up the borders and wrap things up. It really depends on what you guys want to see. If you're ready for the series to end, then that's cool. If you want to see it keep going, that's also cool. And we'll just kind of see where things take us, I think. But I've had a fun time with this thus far, and frankly, I'm kind of amazed that we had such luck, really, starting from such a tiny little nation surrounded by so many people who wanted to kill us, and we actually, with almost no hiccups along the way, managed to just conquer this vast, vast empire. And frankly, if it wasn't for the fact that, you know, the game ends in 1821, 1822, somewhere-ish around there, then we could probably just keep the good times rolling well until, or into, you know, until we conquered the world. Of course, I suppose if I got on it a bit more actively, I probably could conquer the world. But I've never actually done a world conquest in this game. It's one of those things where eventually you just get so powerful that, and just the fact that you can only take so much war and overextension, and there's like all kinds of fiddly micromanagey type things where, I don't know, I generally lose interest before I can do a world conquest, frankly. I've been in the position to possibly do so a couple of times, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll try doing a world conquest, because that could be interesting to watch, I suspect. Alright, that has upset the merchants, unfortunately, but they'll get over it. And overall, one, it's time to wrap this episode up, and two, yeah, just reflecting over how this series has run its course, and overall how well we are. I mean, we've got the biggest name placement of any nation. I mean, we have a name so big, well, except for Spanish Canada over there, that it can be seen from space, effectively. And that's really the dream of all mankind, isn't it? Might have to do something about that as well. But, for now, that's going to do it for this episode, so thank you all for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to hit that like button to show your support, or maybe leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking down in the comments section below. and I will see you all in the next video.